The year was 2016, and after trading full-time for 3 years, I was still losing money. No matter how much I made, I always managed to give it back. But midway through my 3rd year, something changed. And ever since then, I have been turning out profits hand over fist. The most common question people ask me is, how did I do it? How did I go from being a losing trader to a winning trader in just under a month's time? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. You're going to learn what I did to stop giving my profits back once and for all. How I went from losing to consistently winning in just a matter of weeks, why it was actually much easier than I thought it would be, and how you can learn from my mistakes in order to keep the money you made instead of giving it back to the market time and time again. Now, if you're like me, or you're like 95% of the traders out there, you make money for a few days or weeks, and then the market comes and snatches that hard-earned money right back from you, just like stealing candy from a little baby. And this continues to happen over and over again in a vicious cycle. When this kept happening to me, I figured out that the first thing that I needed to do was to break that cycle and put an end to these big drawdowns. So I looked at the problem systematically. First, I would figure out how to stop giving my profits back, and only then could I move on to the next problem. This way, I could focus all of my energy on one step at a time, and really put forth that extra bit of effort needed instead of trying to tackle multiple problem areas at once. So the first thing I did was I looked over all of my trade data. I found that when I would win, the major indexes were moving in a steady direction, and I would lose it all as soon as the market started to move sideways or reversed. Then as soon as I gave up all my profits, the market would resume its original trend, and after a bit of adapting, I would continue to make money again. So what did I do to finally stop the cycle? Well, once I found the problem, it was actually quite simple. I figured out through my analysis that my losing streaks were fairly short-lived. So I created a rule that if I lost 3 days in a row, I would quit trading for the rest of the week. This kept me from trading against the market and kept my losses small when trading was difficult. The market is your opponent, and when your opponent is better than you, it's best to play defense rather than offense. Stopping trading after losing for 3 days drastically decreased the amount of money I was losing during these rougher periods. And instead of being too aggressive, I actually started focusing on being more patient and only taking the best trades. When I was forced to sit out after losing 3 days in a row, it was easier to focus on studying the price action of stocks since I wasn't caught up in my own emotions. I managed to take in a lot more information overall, and I realized that many of the problems I was having during these times came from me being stubborn and emotional, which caused me to overtrade and try to fight the market. Overall, stopping trading after losing for 3 days worked great, and I started seeing the results in the form of much smaller drawdown periods. Instead of being emotionally destroyed after losing, I was able to stay confident and continue to trade as normal as soon as I was allowed to again. But there was still a problem. How could I be more consistent overall? It was great that I could avoid big drawdowns and giving up all of my profits, but I wanted to know what I was doing wrong. What was actually causing me to have these losing streaks in the first place? So I went back and poured through the data again. And with a lot of digging and analyzing, I realized that the main reason I was losing during these periods is because I was failing to adapt my trading strategy to the changing environment. When the market started pulling back, I was still mainly using bullish setups, trading long instead of short, failing to realize that the short-term trend had shifted from up to down. So I created another rule. As soon as I had one losing day, I forced myself to take a close look at the market indexes and the sectors that I was trading. I made myself evaluate all of my trades to confirm if I was trading with or against the trend. That way, I was able to figure out if I had taken short trades instead of long trades, what the outcome would have been. After implementing just these two rules, the results were astonishing. I found that after I had just one loss day, by analyzing all of this data, I could put myself more in tune with the market. I also found myself being more patient. My mind was much more open to seeing and taking trading opportunities in both directions, short and long. In only a matter of a few weeks, I was able to put the kibosh on my drawdown periods and begin to trade more consistently no matter what the market was doing. It was actually so easy that I wondered why I hadn't figured it out sooner. And what made it so easy is that now I was following a system instead of relying on my natural emotional instincts, which often tended to betray me. Instead of me having to fight through the problem, I now had guards in place that would limit my losses and prevent me from draining my account and my hard-earned income. Psychological factors are the leading cause of traders losing money. A trader can have the best technical analysis skills in the world, but if they trade with their emotions, they will get their ass kicked by the market every time. Rules help us in trading. Just like when we were younger and our parents told us we needed to go to bed on time, we needed protection from our own emotions. Because if it were up to us, we would have stayed up all night long. Trading is no different. We need protection from ourselves when we trade in order to consistently make money. If you are going through a losing streak and you just can't shake it, just do what I explained in this video. You may have different problems than I did, but the good news is, no matter what problems or issues you are having with your trading, they can be solved as long as you track your trades and analyze the data. If you're not exactly sure how to track your trades, or you don't know what I mean when I talk about analyzing the data from your trades, you can watch this video that I've already made on the subject here. Create rules that allow you to trade systematically instead of emotionally, and you will be able to control every aspect of your trading results. Good luck, and I will see you in the next video.